I have been waiting for this day for 9 years. Yes, it's been nearly a decade since we got a new studio album by Blonde Redhead. Guess what this is? In this vinyl unboxing video, I'm gonna touch very briefly on the band, unbox my copy for you. I can already tell you this. It is very, very cool, and give you my initial reaction to the album based on giving it a listen this past weekend while on a 32-mile bike ride. Yeah, I'm kind of one of those wacky nuts. Hey, fellow music nerds, it is Andy with the Fensepost Vinyl channel. If this is the sort of thing that you like, please subscribe and turn on that little notification bell so you'll stay in the loop. So let's dig into the band. The trio of Kazu Makino on vocals, keys, and rhythm guitar, and the twin Pace brothers, I think I pronounced that correctly, Simone on drums and keys, and Amadeo on lead guitar, bass, keys, and vocals, formed in 1993, a whopping 30 years ago in New York, after the brothers met Kazu by happenstance at an Italian restaurant. They take their name from a 1981 song by no wave group DNA, and that no wave sound blended with, experimental and avant-garde rock defined a lot of their mid to late 90s work. You can find it on their first 2 albums, which I actually have in here on this lovely little box set called Masculine Feminine. It includes their self-titled album and La Mia Vita Violenta, both of which are phenomenal, kind of channel some, say, early-ish to mid-era, pre-mid-90s Sonic Youth. That continued through Fate Can Be Just As Good, which I left downstairs, and in an expression of the inexpressible. You even get some of that through one of my favorites, Melody of Certain Damaged Lemons. Then came the rest of the 2000s. From another favorite, Misery is a Butterfly and 23, to Penny Sparkle and Bargain. All of these albums from the 90s work, they really leaned into the avant-garde through this album right here, where it became much more dreamy, dream pop, and yeah, you kind of even had, at least with 23, a bit of a shoegaze renaissance. And that brings us to album number 10, Sit Down for Dinner. There are a few versions on vinyl, from your standard black to a white yogurt pressing, and a VMP, or Vinyl Me Please exclusive, transparent violet, or a La Mia Vita pressing. The copy I'm gonna share and unbox for you today is none of those. It is the Levitation Records edition, which is on Strawberry Parfait splatter vinyl. Are you ready for this? Because I sure am. The wait's done. Let's do it. It is face down. The sleeve is pink, it's got some green printing on it. You've got Blonde Redhead, Sit Down for Dinner in white print. I don't even know how to describe the font, but I think it's really cool. It's on section 1, which is not where they've released albums before. On the front we have the strawberry, hence the Strawberry Parfait splatter vinyl, right? The other thing I'll note is, at the time that the band met in 1993, Kazu Makino was an art student, and the art on this was created by her. It does kind of fit with the more singular item that you find on this album, and you have like the light baby blue, the pink, the masculine feminine on the box set that I showed you. So it almost calls out to every single era of Blonde Redhead. So let's take a look inside. It comes with a printed inner. You have lyrics on one side, some credits and notes down there, and lyrics on the other side. And now for what we've all been waiting for, right? Let's take a look at this vinyl. Oh my gosh, that is cool. Look at that. That is freaking sweet. It's kind of a blend of what I would think both the yogurt and the Mia La Via Mita vinyl looks like. So I think this looks phenomenal. I'm super, super excited to give it a spin and really hear how it sounds. So this is kind of interesting because it is 2023, right? This here says Sit Down for Dinner, recorded by Sam Owens at Flying Cloud Recordings in summer of 2020. This has been in progress for 3 years. 2020 is really when the vast majority of this album was recorded. This pressing right here is limited to 500 copies, and as of filming this, there are still copies available over on the Levitation Records website. I'll put a link in the description to that and over to the Discogs page, which I'm probably gonna have to create because no one else has done it yet. Their website does call out that this is colored vinyl, and colored vinyl can sometimes not have the greatest sound quality compared to, say, your black vinyl pressing, which is true. It may also come with some other minor imperfections, which is also true. Par for the course, especially these days for vinyl. Now for my initial reaction to the music within Sit Down for Dinner. When I go for these rides and something just pops into my head that I've got to get down, I'll pull over to the side of the trail, which takes a while since I go about 20 miles an hour. I've been jotting down some lines about this album, and there are some good ones that I'll be dishing out further in my album review. So again, subscribe. What I'll say here is that Sit Down for Dinner is haunting yet calming. It lacks the dissonance of their early sound and much of that kind of heavy-hitting sonic elements of even their mid-era. It's perhaps most likened to Bargain, their 9th studio LP from back in 2014. My first impression is that this one sticks together a little bit tighter. Like many of the band's albums, it has some powerhouse tracks that will for sure be high points and focal points. Opener Snowman and early single Melody Experiment are really the most obvious ones. I'll delve quite a bit deeper in my upcoming review. Rest assured, I want to do it justice. Blonde Redhead is not just one of my most listened to bands, it's also one of my favorite bands of all time. I've previously covered this group in this video and in this one down here, so feel free to check out those next. In the description, you'll find some links off to Blonde Redhead on vinyl, including this version right here. As always, I am Andy, this is the Fensepost Vinyl channel, and I'll see you in the next video.